Yo, what is up, guys? This is the Brick Joe here. So it looks like Lego store calendars are going to be done going forward in 2022. So there's a couple things I would like to talk about here. One is just sort of what is the actual reason as to why it's canceled. I have two sort of proposals there, and then next two is just is this going to be something we're going to be missing? Honestly, I think there's a lot of people upset about this. They plan a lot of their purchases around gift with purchases and things like that. So how is that going to affect you as a consumer? All right, so let's get into just like the story of this and maybe the potential reasons as to why they're doing this. All right, so basically this image has kind of been floating around online. It was first kind of made popular in the Lego Deal Reddit, and it basically sort of explains that for various reasons, very vague in Lego fashion, that the store calendar is going to be no longer in a thing in 2022 and sort of going forward here. And so I guess there's sort of two different lines of thought here. One is I think that they're doing this almost as a strategic play, and that it'll cause people to make more impulse purchases at stores on like a day-to-day basis versus people who very strategically plan out their purchases at Lego for double VIP points, which happens maybe like 3 times a year, or a specific gift with purchases, that show up on the store calendar and they plan on going that day of the month because, again, why would you go any other day, right, if they have a gift with purchase sort of promoted on a certain weekend or something? So that's sort of, I think, one line of thought, right, that this is sort of just like a money play by Lego, and they're kind of being sneaky smart with this and canceling it to increase impulse sales and kind of, sort of limit the amount of purchasing and playing that goes into, maximizing value as a customer. And then I think the second reason is sort of the second line of thought is kind of combined into two reasons. One is that, the store calendar just hasn't had a lot of things on it lately. That's partly due to, COVID, and then not really being able to do some of those like things for kids, like those in-store builds and things like that. In addition to, we've seen a lot of supply chain issues. If you think about the Mr. and Mrs. Claus thing too, I think that, that was rumored to be a supply chain issue. And when they sort of stick it on, the calendar and have to stick to that timeline, I think it does maybe put unwanted pressure from, those teams to be able to, meet those supplies and things like that. So basically, I think this is a way, and the second line I thought would be this is a way for them to hedge the risk of not being able to meet these gift with purchases that are promised on the store calendar for whatever reason, supply chain, whatever. Because just in the past, the recent year, we see some issues come up with that. So which one do I think is probably more realistic? To be honest, I think it's probably the second one. I like to think that I just don't think they put a lot of thought into like people are planning it out and maximizing value. We need to increase impulse buys, because the reality is when this store calendar goes away, I think they're going to be posting the gift with purchase promos. I would have to say like at least a couple weeks in advance on their website if I had to guess. So I don't think that that's going to impact, necessarily impulse sales. It's not going to increase that a whole lot. Now, if it turns out that, they start just throwing gift with purchases, like we don't have any heads up, they just start throwing it on the website or something crazy like that. Obviously, that would kind of change my opinion on that. But right now, I'm thinking that it'll just be like they're going to post it on the website when there's something big happening, double VIP points or gift with purchases maybe a couple weeks in advance. But that's yet to be seen. So I do think it is more of a, hey, we just haven't had a lot of things to put on this calendar. Like December was literally just like bare, you know what I mean? Like, and then like I said, they run into troubles when these calendars get leaked and there's gift with purchases on there that don't happen. And it just causes sort of like this discussion and sort of negative, press around them not being able to meet whatever, some gift with purchase that was planned out. So that, in my opinion, is probably most likely. And then sort of this last aspect here, like I was talking about, is, how is this going to affect you as a consumer? Is this going to be a big negative impact? In my personal opinion is I'm someone who definitely plans out all of my purchases at a Lego store. Like many others, I think, you can basically get a lot of sets 20% off, things like that at other retailers. So I need a reason to go to the Lego store, and that is always going to be a gift with purchase I'm interested in, or double VIP points, something like that. And I really honestly only purchased during those times. So I think this will impact me. But like I said, I do hope that they basically just sort of transfer this over to the website and not make it like an official calendar, just post when they're going to have these special weekends a couple weeks in advance, things like that. I just hope they give some heads up for people who do like to plan out their purchases like that. But that'll be, I mean, that to me is going to be the biggest sort of interesting caveat here. If they decide to basically how they're going to be issuing or promoting these special deals or promos that they have going on, is, you know, how much heads up they're going to be giving consumers, and, you know, and what form is that going to look like. I'm just kind of hypothesizing here, like I said, that it's going to be on the website a couple weeks in advance, but it could be very different than that. Who knows? Also, too, this could kind of go hand in hand with that subscription service, but I don't know, you know, how that would sort of intertwine with each other. I think a lot of people were also thinking that too, is that while they're trying to move all this information or move all give with purchases to the subscription service, I'm not going to go into that right now. I think there's still a lot to be seen with the subscription service. I don't think necessarily that these two events are connected to each other. So, guys, it sort of wraps up my thoughts here on the store calendars getting canceled. Personally, like I said, this is sort of a wrap up for me of like, I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot. I think a lot of people are overreacting to this, but I could see in a potential scenarios how this could definitely mess up, you know, your planned purchases. But I think that we still have a lot to see here about how store calendars maybe just get transitioned into more of an online, sort of just front and center on the website. Things are getting posted. Who knows? Still a lot to see here, but overall, I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, guys, if you guys are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys, this is the Brick Duo signing off.